Apply these Stoic secrets and they'll give you priority. 9 powerful psychological strategies. Have you ever felt like your efforts went unnoticed, no matter how much you gave or how hard you tried? Whether it's a brilliant idea, a heartfelt gesture, or consistent support, being overlooked, especially by those closest to you, can be disheartening. It's easy to fall into a cycle of trying harder, only to feel even more drained when the recognition you hope for never comes. As Stoic philosophy teaches, relying on others for validation is a path to frustration. Marcus Aurelius said it best: you have power over your mind, not outside events. So why not shift your approach and focus on what you can control? In today's video at Stoic Secrets, we're diving into 9 transformative psychological strategies rooted in Stoic principles that will help you cultivate a sense of self-priority and build stronger, more meaningful relationships. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand how to gain the recognition you deserve, but also how to lead a more balanced and fulfilling life through these time-tested strategies. Let's explore how you can apply these Stoic secrets to stand out and take control of your life, starting now. Number 1. Create the fear of losing you. Creating the fear of losing you is not merely a strategy to gain attention or influence others. It is, at its core, a profound practice in self-worth, emotional intelligence, and understanding the dynamics of relationships. It taps into a universal truth. People often fail to appreciate the value of what they have until they face the genuine possibility of losing it. This principle aligns with the Stoic concept of preparatio malorum, preparing for challenges and losses to better appreciate the present and nurture resilience. By reflecting on this idea, we can foster stronger, more balanced connections with others while staying true to ourselves. To embody this philosophy, begin by gently reducing your emotional availability, not in an abrupt or antagonistic way, but with an intentional focus on realigning your energy. This doesn't mean cutting off ties or withdrawing entirely. Rather, it means pausing to prioritize your own growth, interests, and well-being. Avoid the tendency to overshare every thought, feeling, or detail about your life. Instead, channel that energy into nurturing personal goals, strengthening bonds with other meaningful connections, or exploring hobbies and passions that bring you joy. This shift serves as a reminder, not just to others, but to yourself, that your life is complete on its own and does not revolve entirely around any one individual. By creating this space, you give others an opportunity to reflect on your presence in their lives and the value you bring. In the stillness of that absence, they are more likely to appreciate you fully, re-evaluating how they prioritize and engage with you. As Epictetus wisely observed, know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. This deliberate act of self-focus and boundary setting is not about manipulation or playing mind games. It is about living authentically and valuing yourself enough to ensure that others see and respect your worth. However, as with many aspects of life, balance is key. Too much distance can backfire, potentially leading to feelings of neglect or disconnection in others. The aim is not to alienate, but to recalibrate, to remain present enough to maintain trust and connection while creating just enough space for your absence to be felt. This requires thoughtful consideration and an honest assessment of your relationships. Are they built on mutual respect and understanding, or have they slipped into patterns of expectation and convenience? By consciously stepping back, you challenge these dynamics and encourage more intentional interaction. In today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, this principle resonates even more deeply. Relationships are often at risk of becoming transactional or superficial, driven by convenience rather than genuine effort. Social media, instant messaging, and the constant buzz of notifications can make us feel perpetually available, leaving little room for others to miss or truly value our presence. By intentionally creating moments of absence, you break this cycle, fostering deeper connections built on appreciation and effort rather than mere accessibility. This practice also has profound benefits for your personal growth. By redirecting your attention inward, you cultivate a richer sense of self-worth and independence. You learn to thrive in your own company, to find joy and fulfillment outside the validation of others. This self-assurance radiates outward, drawing others to you in a more meaningful and authentic way. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." In the context of modern Stoicism, this advice encourages you to lead by example, showing others the strength of your character through your actions, rather than seeking their approval through words or constant availability. Creating the fear of losing you is not about controlling or manipulating those around you. It is about reclaiming your agency and reminding both yourself and others of your inherent value. It challenges you to set boundaries that protect your time and energy, while encouraging others to rise to the occasion and meet you where you are. When done with intention and respect, this approach fosters healthier, more fulfilling relationships where mutual appreciation can flourish. By valuing yourself and maintaining the delicate balance of presence and absence, you inspire others to recognize your worth, not out of fear, but out of genuine respect and admiration. And in doing so, you embody the wisdom of the Stoics, a life lived with purpose, dignity, and unwavering self-respect. Number 2, avoid being always available. In our desire to be reliable and supportive, we often overcommit ourselves, becoming too accessible and leaving little room for boundaries. While this may stem from good intentions, it can unintentionally lead others to undervalue our time and efforts. When we are always available, we risk making our presence feel commonplace rather than meaningful. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us, "No great thing is created suddenly." Likewise, the value of your time and attention grows when it is offered with thoughtfulness rather than given on demand. Setting boundaries around your availability is not an act of selfishness or disregard. It is an expression of self-respect and an invitation for others to value your presence. Consider how declining last-minute plans or prioritizing your own schedule communicates that your time is a finite and valuable resource. When you demonstrate self-respect, you inspire others to reciprocate that respect. Modern Stoicism teaches us to focus on intentional, high-quality interactions rather than an overwhelming frequency of them. This shift is not about ignoring people or cutting them off, but about ensuring your interactions are purposeful and deeply engaging. For instance, instead of responding to messages instantly, take time to consider your reply. This not only fosters meaningful communication, but also subtly conveys that your attention is deliberate and valuable. This approach aligns with the Stoic principle of living with purpose and deliberation, reinforcing the idea that your time deserves careful allocation. By embracing this perspective, you also tap into a powerful psychological dynamic, anticipation. A touch of distance can enhance how others perceive and cherish your presence, much like a rare and valued resource. When you are always available, interactions can lose their sense of importance, becoming transactional rather than meaningful. However, by allowing some space, you nurture appreciation and respect, laying the foundation for deeper, more gratifying connections. In today's hyper-connected world, where instant messaging and constant communication dominate, this shift can be truly transformative. It empowers you to reclaim control over your time, reduce the risk of burnout, and foster relationships built on mutual respect and value rather than obligation. Modern Stoicism offers a timely reminder that our energy and focus are limited resources, and as such, they must be protected. This isn't about isolating yourself, but about ensuring that your engagements carry intention and sincerity. As Marcus Aurelius wisely advised, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one. When you model the behavior of someone who values their time and energy, you indirectly encourage others to do the same, creating an environment of respect and mindfulness in your personal and professional relationships. This principle, when applied, leads to a ripple effect where both you and those around you benefit from more meaningful exchanges. Additionally, prioritizing your needs does not mean neglecting others. It means showing up as your best self when you do engage. When you preserve your energy and focus, you can approach relationships and responsibilities with greater clarity and intention. This practice allows you to avoid spreading yourself too thin, ensuring that each interaction is valuable rather than perfunctory. By safeguarding your availability, you set the tone for how others should interact with you and establish a culture of mutual respect. Over time, this mindset helps you lead a more balanced life, grounded in the principles of modern Stoicism, where your time is used in alignment with your values and goals. In essence, by thoughtfully managing your availability, you enhance not only your relationships, but also your overall well-being. This strategy equips you with the tools to maintain a sense of control over your life, foster deeper connections, and invest your time in what truly matters. In doing so, you honor yourself and inspire others to do the same, creating a more thoughtful and intentional way of engaging with the world. Number 3. Maintain some mystery. Maintaining a sense of mystery is a timeless strategy for commanding attention and ensuring others see you as someone worth prioritizing. Think about it. When something is entirely understood or predictable, it often loses its allure. People are naturally drawn to what they don't fully understand because mystery sparks curiosity, a psychological pull that keeps others intrigued and engaged. Now, take a moment to reflect. How much of yourself do you reveal up front in conversations or relationships? Oversharing, though it may come from a place of openness, can inadvertently strip away the magnetic charm that comes with holding a little back. Instead, let your story unfold gradually, as though you're inviting others on a journey of discovery. By sharing details selectively and strategically, you create a sense of intrigue that naturally invites deeper connection. For example, when asked about your goals, future plans, or past experiences, resist the impulse to divulge every detail. Instead of saying everything outright, offer thoughtful, open-ended responses that encourage follow-up questions. Perhaps someone asks you about your career. Instead of listing all your responsibilities or achievements, you might say, "I work in a field where I get to solve problems that really matter." Such a response is both authentic and thought-provoking, giving the other person space to engage with you further. Let your hobbies, values, and passions emerge over time, naturally aligning with the rhythm of the conversation. This approach not only keeps people intrigued, but also sends a subtle signal of confidence. You don't need anyone's approval to validate your worth. Consider the individuals who've truly captivated your attention. Are they the ones who are completely predictable? Or do they surprise you with their insights, actions, or the way they approach life? Mystery isn't just about withholding information, it's about being intentional and even a little unpredictable. Incorporating unpredictability into your actions can make your interactions more dynamic and memorable. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Perhaps you introduce someone to a niche interest of yours or share a unique perspective they hadn't considered before. This not only sparks fascination, but also positions you as someone worth knowing better, someone who is multifaceted and intriguing. Let's bring this to life with a relatable example. Imagine you're at a casual social gathering or a professional networking event. Most people, eager to make an impression, eagerly rattle off their accomplishments, hobbies, or an exhaustive timeline of their career path. But you take a different approach. When someone asks you what you do, you smile and say something like, "I'm fortunate to work on projects that challenge me in unexpected ways." Such a response is compelling, yet it leaves enough unsaid for the other person to want to learn more. Over time, as your conversations deepen, you naturally reveal more about yourself, but only as it feels authentic and relevant. This measured sharing keeps your interactions fresh and engaging, creating a lasting impression. Now, let me ask you this. When was the last time someone's mysterious nature or unpredictability captured your attention? How did it make you feel about them? Reflect on those feelings and consider how you could channel that same energy in your own relationships. When you embrace mystery, you create a sense of depth that invites others to connect with you on a deeper level. It's not about manipulation. It's about respecting your own story enough to let it unfold at its own pace. And in doing so, you may find that the process teaches you something profound about yourself, that there is strength in letting your life speak for itself rather than rushing to explain it. The Stoic secret here is both powerful and liberating. The less you focus on controlling how others perceive you by oversharing or seeking constant validation, the more authentic and magnetic you become. This ties seamlessly into the Stoic principle of focusing only on what you can control. You can't control how people feel about you, but you can control the way you present yourself. By maintaining a sense of mystery, you not only foster curiosity and intrigue, but also demonstrate that you value your own worth. Because you do, don't you? So, the next time you find yourself tempted to lay it all out on the table, pause and remind yourself that sometimes the things left unsaid are the ones that make the biggest impact. What could be more empowering than showing others your depth, one layer at a time? Number 4. Allow them to invest in you. Allowing others to invest in you is one of the most effective yet often underappreciated ways to build and maintain meaningful relationships. This principle taps into a fundamental aspect of human psychology. People inherently value and feel more connected to those they have poured effort, time, or resources into. When others contribute to your life in ways that matter, be it through advice, assistance, or simply emotional support, they feel a sense of purpose and belonging. In the framework of modern Stoicism, this concept is deeply aligned with the Stoic virtue of reciprocity, which emphasizes mutual benefit and shared effort in creating stronger connections. To apply this in your life, create opportunities where others can actively participate in your journey, whether it's seeking their opinion on a challenge, inviting them to collaborate on a project, or allowing them to assist in overcoming a hurdle. You not only strengthen their bond with you, but also demonstrate trust and respect for their input. Expressing sincere gratitude for these contributions is essential to reinforcing the significance of their investment in you. Gratitude acknowledges their effort and deepens the relationship by showing that you value what they have done. A simple thank you, paired with recognition of how their support has impacted you, can go a long way. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." In a similar vein, the act of receiving and appreciating help becomes a form of love and acknowledgement, strengthening the ties that bind us to others. However, as with all Stoic principles, balance plays a critical role. While independence is an admirable and necessary quality, leaning too heavily on self-sufficiency can unintentionally isolate you from others. It may send a message that their contributions are neither needed nor valued, which can lead to feelings of exclusion. On the other hand, over-reliance on others may create a sense of dependence that erodes your autonomy. Striking a balance means fostering a relationship dynamic where their strengths and support complement your independence rather than replace it. As Seneca wisely observed, "We are waves of the same sea, leaves of the same tree, flowers of the same garden." This metaphor reminds us of our shared humanity and the beauty of interdependence when approached thoughtfully. In today's culture, where hyper-independence is often celebrated, the idea of allowing others to invest in you can feel counterintuitive. Modern life frequently emphasizes self-reliance and individual achievement, discouraging people from asking for or accepting help. Yet relationships thrive when they are built on collaboration and shared experiences. By inviting others to contribute to your life, you create a space where mutual growth and understanding can flourish. For example, asking a trusted friend for their perspective on a decision you're grappling with not only validates their wisdom, but also reinforces their importance in your life. Similarly, letting a family member assist with a task or join you in tackling a personal goal strengthens the sense of shared purpose that keeps relationships vibrant. At the heart of this strategy is the principle of respect. Respect for the unique strengths and abilities that others bring to the table. Allowing someone to invest in you is not a sign of weakness. Rather, it's a reflection of your confidence in the collaborative power of relationships. It creates a dynamic where both parties feel valued, needed, and fulfilled. This practice also aligns with the wisdom of Epictetus, who advised, "The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best." By inviting such individuals into your life and acknowledging their contributions, you foster an environment where everyone involved can thrive. This approach underscores the importance of shared effort and mutual care in cultivating meaningful bonds. It is not about manipulation or dependence, but about creating opportunities for connection and growth. By allowing others to invest in you, you inspire them to recognize their own value while simultaneously deepening the relationship. This act of mutual support embodies the principles of modern Stoicism, which emphasize strength through collaboration and gratitude. In recognizing the beauty of shared experiences and the contributions of others, you cultivate a life of richer, more fulfilling relationships that are built on trust, respect, and mutual appreciation. If you've made it this far, it's clear that you're someone who values thoughtful, meaningful connections. Let's take it one step further. Leave a comment below with the slogan, "Invest to connect deeply." Your ideas inspire others, and together we'll keep learning and growing. Stay tuned for more eye-opening insights coming soon. Number 5. Prioritize your needs. One of the most overlooked yet vital principles in life is learning to prioritize your own needs. In our pursuit of being selfless and accommodating, we often sacrifice our well-being, unknowingly teaching others to treat us the same way. This imbalance can gradually erode both our sense of self-worth and the respect others have for us. The wisdom of Epictetus resonates deeply here. Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. To truly be seen, valued, and respected by others, you must first value and respect yourself. Setting boundaries is not an act of selfishness, but one of self-preservation, a declaration that your time and energy are finite, deserving of care, and worthy of respect. Boundaries serve as a powerful tool for communicating your priorities and reminding others that you cannot give endlessly without replenishing your own reserves. This is not about being self-centered, but about achieving balance. When your needs are met, you are in a better position to show up for others wholeheartedly and effectively. Start by identifying what truly matters to you, whether it's personal goals, cherished hobbies, or moments of rest and self-care. These priorities form the foundation of a life well lived. By openly communicating them, not as demands but as a testament to your self-respect, you teach others to respect your needs as well. For example, if you require quiet time to recharge after a hectic day or dedicated hours to pursue a passion project, express these needs confidently rather than neglecting them in an effort to accommodate others. Modern Stoicism teaches us a critical truth. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself is not indulgence, it is necessity. By pursuing activities that fulfill you, whether advancing in your career, engaging in a beloved pastime, or maintaining a self-care routine, you enrich your own life while inspiring others to value you. Living this way creates a ripple effect. Your actions demonstrate the importance of self-respect and encourage others to adopt similar practices in their own lives. This practice does not mean neglecting your responsibilities to others. On the contrary, it's about finding a healthy balance where your well-being is never sacrificed unnecessarily. Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic, wisely observed, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The strength he spoke of lies in understanding that prioritizing your needs is a cornerstone of intentional living. When you constantly put yourself last, you inadvertently send a message that your time and desires matter less than those of others. Over time, this can lead to resentment, frustration, and even burnout. However, by respectfully asserting your needs, you set a precedent for how others should treat you, fostering relationships based on mutual understanding and respect. In today's fast-paced world, prioritizing yourself can feel counterintuitive, especially with the endless demands of work, family, and social obligations. Yet taking even small, consistent steps to nurture your well-being can profoundly impact your life. For instance, setting aside time each day for reflection, exercise, or a creative outlet can recharge your mind and body, allowing you to approach challenges with clarity and resilience. Modern Stoicism emphasizes aligning your actions with your values. When your decisions consistently support your overall well-being, you create a life that feels authentic and deeply fulfilling. Moreover, by prioritizing yourself, you set a powerful example for those around you, showing them the transformative effects of self-respect and intentionality. Prioritizing your needs sends a powerful message to yourself and others that your time, energy, and well-being are valuable. This mindset elevates not only your standing in relationships but also your inner confidence, equipping you to face life's challenges with greater strength and purpose. When you invest in your own growth and happiness, you become better equipped to invest in the well-being of others, creating a ripple effect of balance and mutual respect in your personal and professional life. Over time, this approach naturally positions you as a priority in the lives of others, not because you demand it, but because you embody the qualities of someone who deeply values themselves. In honoring your own needs, you teach others to honor them too, fostering a harmonious and intentional existence that benefits everyone you touch. Number 6. Don't make them the center of your life. Making someone the center of your life might seem like the ultimate gesture of love or devotion, but it often has unintended consequences. While it's natural to care deeply about someone, relying too heavily on them for your happiness or validation can create an imbalance that feels stifling to the other person and leaves you vulnerable. This dynamic can lead to dependency, resentment, or even distance within the relationship. Let me offer a different approach, one grounded in a healthier, more sustainable mindset. Build a life that is fulfilling and rich on its own, where your happiness is not tied to any single person. Focus on the activities, passions, and goals that light you up as an individual. Pursue hobbies that challenge and excite you. Set personal goals that push you to grow, and cultivate meaningful connections outside of this central relationship. When you live a balanced, independent life, you become not only more confident and self-reliant, but also more magnetic to those around you. After all, isn't it true that people are drawn to those who seem whole and secure in themselves? Let's place this idea in a modern context. Imagine two people entering a new relationship. One of them becomes so absorbed in the other that they abandon their own interests, neglect their friendships, and make their partner the focal point of their entire life. Initially, this level of attention might feel flattering, but over time it can become overwhelming and even suffocating. On the other hand, picture someone who maintains their independence while nurturing the relationship. They continue their weekend hikes, explore their love for photography, and invest time in friendships. This individual demonstrates that while the relationship is valuable, it doesn't consume their entire identity. Which of these two people do you think would be more engaging, more inspiring, and ultimately more appealing in the long run? Maintaining this balance, the ability to care deeply without losing yourself, is one of the most powerful yet often overlooked Stoic secrets for thriving relationships. To illustrate, let me tell you about a woman named Emma. Emma had recently started dating someone she was incredibly excited about. At first, she threw herself into the relationship, devoting all her energy to planning time together and ensuring her partner felt supported and appreciated. But after a while, Emma noticed a shift. Her partner seemed to be pulling away, and their once vibrant dynamic began to feel strained. Unsure of what was going wrong, Emma confided in a close friend. The advice she received changed her perspective. Don't lose yourself in someone else's world. Keep doing what makes you, you. Inspired by these words, Emma made a conscious effort to reconnect with her own passions. She returned to her pottery class, restarted her book club, and even took a solo weekend trip to explore a city she'd always wanted to visit. Something remarkable happened. Her partner became more engaged and intrigued, drawn to her renewed energy and independence. Emma realized that by nurturing her own identity, she not only felt happier, but also brought a richer, more dynamic presence to the relationship. So, let me ask you, have you ever found yourself losing sight of your own needs, goals, or interests in a relationship? If so, how did that affect both you and the dynamic with the other person? Reflecting on these experiences can help you understand the importance of creating balance. Shifting your focus back to building a fulfilling life isn't about caring less, it's about caring wisely. It's about ensuring that your relationships are built on mutual respect and admiration rather than dependency. When you prioritize your own growth and happiness, you create space for the relationship to thrive naturally, without pressure or obligation. The Stoic secret here is profound yet simple. Happiness must come from within. As the Stoics teach, we cannot control others, but we can always control our own actions and mindset. By maintaining independence and cultivating a life rich with purpose and joy, you ensure that your happiness is not dictated by external circumstances or the actions of any single person. When you thrive on your own, the people in your life will naturally appreciate the positivity, balance, and energy you bring to the connection. So take a moment to consider, how can you foster more balance in your relationships today? Perhaps it's by revisiting an old passion, strengthening other friendships, or setting new personal goals. Whatever it is, this choice to nurture your own growth and fulfillment could transform not only how others see you, but also how you see yourself. Isn't that a gift worth giving to both yourself and your relationships? Number 7. Stop initiating communication all the time. Constantly being the one to initiate communication in a relationship can unintentionally create an imbalance, making you appear overly reliant or dependent. This dynamic can lead others to take your presence and efforts for granted, which is why stepping back and allowing others to take the lead is a valuable practice. By choosing not to initiate every conversation, you create an opportunity for others to recognize the importance of your presence and to step forward voluntarily. This doesn't mean severing ties or withdrawing completely. It's about allowing conversations to evolve naturally and reciprocally. For example, if you're always the first to reach out, take a pause and observe whether they initiate in your absence. When they do, respond thoughtfully and warmly, as this reinforces the value of mutual effort. As Epictetus advised, make it your business to draw out from another the best and noblest in them. In this way, stepping back encourages others to invest in the relationship, fostering a stronger and more balanced connection. In the context of modern Stoicism, this practice aligns with the principles of self-control and mutual respect, emphasizing that relationships thrive when both parties contribute equally. Modern life, with its fast-paced communication and constant connectivity, often pressures us to be perpetually available. However, true connection is not measured by the frequency of interactions, but by their quality and sincerity. By giving others the space to act, you're not only respecting yourself, but also demonstrating confidence in the relationship's foundation. This pause invites others to reflect on your significance and to reach out on their own terms, deepening the bond between you. This strategy also highlights the importance of self-respect and autonomy. By refraining from always initiating, you subtly communicate that while you value the relationship, your self-worth is not contingent on it. It allows you to focus on your own priorities, hobbies, and personal growth, which in turn makes you a more engaging and fulfilled individual. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be content with what you are and wish not to change." This wisdom reminds us that we should not seek validation through excessive effort, but rather find strength in our inherent value. When others take the initiative, it signals that they recognize your importance and value your presence without being prompted. In today's world where instant messaging and social media dominate communication, this principle takes on even greater relevance. The constant back and forth can blur the boundaries between genuine connection and habitual engagement. By stepping back, you foster a relationship dynamic that values thoughtfulness over routine. For instance, if a friend notices you haven't messaged them and chooses to reach out, it demonstrates that they genuinely care about maintaining the connection. This mutual effort strengthens relationships, ensuring they are built on respect and intention rather than obligation. This approach is not about manipulation or playing hard to get. It's about cultivating balance and encouraging reciprocity in relationships. It allows you to practice modern Stoicism by embodying the virtues of patience, self-respect, and mutual appreciation. By giving others the opportunity to lead, and by responding with warmth and sincerity when they do, you create a space for relationships to flourish naturally. This strengthens the bond as both parties actively contribute to its growth. In the end, stepping back allows you to see who truly values your presence and ensures that your connections are built on a foundation of mutual effort and genuine care. Number 8. Create your own happiness. Happiness, when cultivated from within, becomes a magnetic force that not only enriches your life, but also elevates your value in the eyes of others. In the realm of modern Stoicism, creating your own happiness is a cornerstone of emotional resilience and self-reliance. The Stoics believed that true contentment comes not from external circumstances, but from mastering our inner world. As Seneca wisely said, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. When you embody this principle, you demonstrate an unshakable sense of self-assurance and positivity that naturally draws others toward you. To cultivate this inner joy, focus on the activities, goals, and relationships that bring you genuine fulfillment. Whether it's pursuing a passion, advancing in your career, or cherishing moments with loved ones, these actions align your life with what truly matters to you. When you find joy in the process rather than the outcome, you become emotionally independent, freeing others from the weight of being responsible for your happiness. This emotional self-sufficiency not only strengthens your relationships, but also inspires those around you to see you as someone who embodies strength, balance, and self-respect. Consider how contagious happiness can be. When you radiate positivity, you create an atmosphere that people want to be a part of. It's not about feigning joy to attract attention, but rather about nurturing a genuine sense of gratitude and purpose that permeates your actions. Modern Stoicism reminds us that our happiness lies in our ability to focus on what is within our control, not the unpredictable whims of the external world. Marcus Aurelius emphasized this idea, saying, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By ensuring that your thoughts and actions align with your values, you create a foundation for lasting joy that others can't help but admire. Moreover, when you openly share your accomplishments, joys, and passions, you inspire others to strive for their own fulfillment. Your self-reliance becomes a beacon, encouraging those around you to prioritize what matters most in their lives. This doesn't mean seeking validation or approval. Rather, it's about setting an example of what it looks like to live with purpose and intentionality. In turn, others will naturally prioritize you because your energy and outlook add value to their lives. In today's fast-paced, distraction-filled world, creating your own happiness may feel challenging, but it's more crucial than ever. The relentless demands of modern life often pull us away from what truly matters, leaving us stressed, unfulfilled, and dependent on external sources of happiness. However, by consciously dedicating time to self-care, meaningful pursuits, and nurturing your inner peace, you reclaim your sense of control. For instance, carving out even a small portion of your day for meditation, physical activity, or a creative passion can have a profound impact on your well-being. This intentional approach aligns perfectly with the teachings of modern Stoicism, reinforcing that prioritizing inner joy is not selfish, but essential for living a balanced and impactful life. Happiness isn't just a personal achievement, it's a gift you share with others. When you create your own happiness, you're better equipped to handle life's challenges and support those around you. Your self-reliance and emotional independence become the bedrock of relationships based on mutual respect and shared growth. This approach not only positions you as a priority in the lives of others, but also ensures that your own life is deeply fulfilling. As Epictetus said, "He who is not happy with little will never be happy with much." By mastering the art of cultivating your happiness, you embody the strength and resilience of modern Stoicism, transforming both your life and the lives of those around you. We are so grateful to have you as a part of our Stoic Secrets community. Have you ever faced a moment where you realized that your happiness was too much defined by external factors? How did you take back control and start cultivating your own joy? We'd love to hear about the steps you took or the lessons you learned. Your story may inspire others to make positive changes in their lives. Not sure what to share? No worries. Even a simple comment like, "Happiness starts from within," can spark meaningful conversations. Keep the conversation going. Your voice is what makes this space a source of inspiration and growth for all of us. Number 9. Be willing to walk away. Being willing to walk away is one of the most profound acts of self-respect and confidence you can demonstrate. It tells the world, and more importantly yourself, that you will not settle for anything less than what you deserve. This isn't about being confrontational or dramatic. It's about having the clarity to recognize when a relationship or situation no longer serves your well-being. Walking away isn't easy, but it's a quiet yet powerful declaration that your worth is not up for negotiation. By setting boundaries and, most importantly, following through on them, you send a strong message. You value yourself enough to step away from anything that undermines your happiness or integrity. The beauty of this mindset is that it often inspires others to reassess their behavior toward you. When people see you standing firm in your principles, they are more likely to reflect on their treatment of you and in some cases make changes to repair the dynamic. Even if they don't, you create the space necessary for healthier, more fulfilling connections to take root in your life. To put this into perspective, think of a situation we've all encountered at some point, whether in a friendship, romantic relationship, or workplace setting. Imagine someone repeatedly crossing your boundaries, whether it's dismissing your feelings, taking advantage of your kindness, or failing to reciprocate the energy you invest. You feel the discomfort growing, yet you hesitate to address it. What if they take it the wrong way? What if walking away leaves a void you're not ready to face? Now consider this. What happens if you stay in that space where your needs are ignored, your self-worth diminishes, and you lose sight of your happiness? The truth is, staying often costs you more than walking away ever could. Walking away is not giving up, it's choosing yourself. It's the ultimate act of self-preservation and growth. Let me share a modern story to bring this to life. Mia had been working tirelessly in a job where she felt undervalued and overlooked. Her boss rarely acknowledged her contributions, and her requests for growth opportunities were consistently brushed aside. She stayed for years, convincing herself that leaving would be too risky. One day, after yet another meeting where her ideas were dismissed, she made a decision. Mia gathered her courage and handed in her resignation. It wasn't easy, and she faced moments of doubt, but as she walked away from that job, she felt a weight lift. Within months, she found a position at a company that celebrated her skills and aligned with her values. Not only did her confidence soar, but she also learned a life-changing lesson. Walking away wasn't a loss, it was a gain. a step toward a more fulfilling path. So, let me ask you, is there an area in your life where you're holding on out of fear rather than fulfillment? Maybe it's a relationship where you're giving more than you receive, or a job that drains your energy without rewarding your efforts. What would happen if you chose to walk away? How might that decision create space for something better, something more aligned with who you are and what you deserve? The courage to walk away is not about abandoning responsibility, but about honoring your own value. It's about trusting that prioritizing your happiness will ultimately lead you to the connections and opportunities that truly enrich your life. The Stoic secret here is timeless. You can't control how others treat you, but you can always control how you respond. Walking away isn't an act of anger or defeat. It's an act of wisdom and self-preservation. The Stoics remind us to focus only on what we can control, and what we can control is our decision to step away from what no longer serves us. When you embrace this principle, you send a powerful message to yourself and the world. Your well-being matters, your happiness is a priority, and your worth is not negotiable. So, the next time you face a situation where you feel undervalued or disrespected, remember this: walking away isn't about the door you're closing, it's about the one you're opening to something far better. Isn't it time you chose yourself? By applying these strategies, you'll not only earn respect and priority in others' lives, but also cultivate a stronger sense of self-worth. Remember, the foundation of achieving priority is rooted in valuing yourself first. These principles empower you to command respect naturally, without demanding it. Building long-term self-perimity. Now that you've learnt the powerful strategies to gain priority in any relationship, it's time to shift our focus. Stay tuned, because Section B will guide you through the essential steps to create a lasting sense of self-priority and balanced relationships that uplift your life. You don't want to miss this. Number 1. Know your worth. Knowing your worth is the cornerstone of prioritizing yourself and building relationships that uplift rather than diminish you. In the teachings of modern Stoicism, self-worth is rooted in inner confidence rather than external validation, a concept echoed by Epictetus, who said, "How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself?" When you truly understand your value, you free yourself from the need to seek approval from others, instead focusing on what genuinely matters: your own growth, strengths, and unique qualities. This shift begins by celebrating your achievements, no matter how small, and acknowledging the skills and attributes that make you irreplaceable. For instance, keeping a daily journal where you note 3 accomplishments or positive attributes can reinforce this self-awareness and keep you grounded in your personal journey. Over time, these practices build a reservoir of confidence that becomes a guiding force in your decisions and interactions. In embracing your worth, it is essential to set boundaries that protect your energy and emotional well-being. A boundary is not a wall, but a filter that allows you to manage what influences your life and to ensure that relationships are reciprocal. If a situation or person consistently makes you feel undervalued, it is both courageous and necessary to politely decline further engagement. Surrounding yourself with people who see your worth and support your aspirations creates a nourishing environment that fosters mutual respect. Marcus Aurelius reminds us in Meditations, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." This wisdom speaks to the importance of aligning your environment with positivity and support, as it directly impacts how you view yourself. Modern life often pressures us to equate worth with material success or social validation. But this perspective is fleeting and unsustainable. True self-worth comes from living in alignment with your values and pursuing activities that bring you joy and purpose. For instance, dedicating time to learn a new skill, participating in a hobby, or volunteering for a cause you care about reinforces your intrinsic value. These actions not only enrich your life but also inspire others to respect and prioritize you because they see someone who is confident and passionate about their path. Seneca's advice to associate with people who are likely to improve you serves as a timeless reminder to choose relationships and pursuits that enhance rather than diminish your self-esteem. Accepting that not everyone will recognize your worth is another critical element of this philosophy. Others' inability to see your value does not diminish it. Instead, it highlights the importance of focusing on those who do. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." This poignant observation invites us to shift our attention inward, prioritizing our own assessment of our worth over the fleeting judgments of others. By letting go of the need for universal approval, you liberate yourself to live authentically, in alignment with your true self. Knowing your worth is also about taking action that reflects your confidence. Whether it's pursuing a goal, saying no to things that don't serve you, or speaking up for your needs, these actions reinforce your belief in your value. When you prioritize activities that reflect your passions and set clear boundaries, you send a powerful message to yourself and others. Your time, energy, and well-being are valuable. This approach is not selfish, it's essential. As modern Stoicism teaches, the path to a fulfilling life begins with self-respect and the courage to live authentically. By cultivating inner confidence, setting healthy boundaries, and pursuing meaningful endeavors, you reaffirm your worth daily, creating a ripple effect that inspires respect and admiration from those around you. Knowing your worth is a practice of self-awareness and intentional living. It requires daily effort to recognize and celebrate your strengths, maintain boundaries, and align your life with your values. In doing so, you become a beacon of authenticity and self-respect, naturally drawing people and opportunities that reflect your worth. By applying this principle, you not only elevate your own life, but also set a powerful example for others, embodying the wisdom of modern Stoicism, that true worth is cultivated from within and shines brightest when we live in harmony with our values. Number 2, build healthy relationships. Building healthy relationships is a cornerstone of a fulfilling life, and it begins with a foundation of mutual respect, open communication, and balance. As the Stoics taught, relationships should nurture growth, not drain it. Seneca once said, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve." The process is a mutual one. Men learn as they teach. Healthy connections thrive when both individuals feel heard, valued, and respected, creating a dynamic where emotional and practical support flow naturally between both parties. To foster such relationships, start by setting clear boundaries and expressing your needs openly. Boundaries are not walls, but bridges to understanding. And by articulating your limits, such as avoiding topics or behaviors that make you uncomfortable, you encourage a culture of respect. For instance, if someone consistently interrupts your quiet time or disregards your feelings, calmly but firmly communicate your preference for peace and mutual consideration. This act of self-respect not only protects your mental and emotional well-being, but also teaches others to to value and honor your preferences. Avoid falling into the trap of one-sided relationships, where you give endlessly without receiving equivalent support. Modern Stoicism reminds us to evaluate the balance in our interactions, understanding that excessive giving without reciprocity can lead to resentment and emotional exhaustion. Invest in relationships where both parties contribute equally, whether through offering emotional support, sharing time, or extending effort. For example, a friendship in which you both celebrate each other's successes or lean on each other during tough times is far more meaningful than one where you're left feeling drained. Prioritizing equality in relationships doesn't mean keeping score, but fostering mutual growth and support. Recognize and address toxic behaviors when they arise. Manipulation, constant criticism, neglect, or an unwillingness to respect your boundaries are signs of an unhealthy connection. The Stoics emphasize the importance of cultivating virtuous relationships, those that align with your values and contribute positively to your life. Marcus Aurelius advised, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing, in that it stands ready for what comes and is not thrown by the unforeseen." In this sense, be prepared to step away from relationships that compromise your emotional stability. Surround yourself with people who uplift you and challenge you to grow, not those who diminish your self-worth. At the same time, healthy relationships allow space for individuality, ensuring that both parties can pursue personal interests and goals while maintaining a strong connection. Encouraging a friend's career aspirations, supporting a partner's hobbies, or celebrating a colleague's achievements creates a culture of mutual respect and shared joy. For example, applauding a loved one's hard-earned success or making space for their passions not only strengthens your bond, but also demonstrates your confidence in their growth. This balance of individual freedom and collective support fosters relationships rooted in trust and admiration. When building relationships, prioritize quality over quantity. A few deeply meaningful connections are far more fulfilling than a network of shallow acquaintances. Modern Stoicism highlights the value of deliberate, intentional relationships that enrich your life and align with your principles. Spending time nurturing these bonds enhances your sense of belonging and security, while reinforcing your value in the lives of those you cherish. As Epictetus observed, the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. In today's fast-paced, digitally connected world, it can be tempting to prioritize breadth over depth in relationships. Social media and modern communication often blur the lines between genuine connection and surface-level interaction. However, by focusing on relationships that encourage authenticity, mutual growth, and balance, you create a network of support that withstands the pressures of modern life. Healthy relationships require effort and intention, but the rewards, trust, love, and lasting connection, are invaluable. When you invest in balanced and respectful connections, you not only elevate the quality of your own life, but also inspire others to do the same, embodying the principles of modern Stoicism to create a harmonious, purposeful existence. You've taken a major step toward mastering the art of healthy relationships. Now it's time to share your insights. Leave a comment with the tagline, "Respect boundaries, build bridges," to show us how you're applying the principles of balanced, meaningful connection. Tell us how these Stoic strategies are helping you create stronger, more fulfilling relationships in your life. And don't forget to follow along. There's one last thing on your journey to healthier relationships and personal growth. Number 3. Balance giving and receiving. Striking a balance between giving and receiving is one of the most essential Stoic secrets for fostering healthy relationships and ensuring your own well-being. If you constantly give without receiving anything in return, you might find yourself feeling drained, unappreciated, or even resentful. Relationships thrive on reciprocity, where both sides feel equally valued and supported. Take a moment to reflect on the dynamics in your relationships. Are you always the one offering help, initiating plans, or providing emotional support, while rarely experiencing the same effort from others? If so, it may be time to reassess and create more balance. This doesn't mean you stop giving, but rather you set healthy boundaries and communicate your needs. For instance, if you're overwhelmed and someone offers to help, accept it instead of automatically saying, "I've got it." Or, if you're always the one organizing get-togethers, suggest that a friend take the lead next time. These small shifts help ensure that your relationships feel mutual and fair, preventing the burnout that often comes from overextending yourself. Let me share a modern example to illustrate this. Alex, a dedicated employee and loyal friend, found herself constantly doing favors, covering shifts at work, staying late to help colleagues, and planning every detail for her group of friends. She believed that her generosity would naturally lead others to appreciate her and offer help in return. But over time, Alex realized she was exhausted, and her efforts were taken for granted. No one was intentionally neglecting her, but because Alex never communicated her own needs, others assumed she didn't mind carrying the extra weight. Finally, after a particularly draining week, she decided to make a change. Alex started small. She asked a co-worker to take on a shared project and let her friends plan their next outing. To her surprise, not only did they step up, but they also expressed gratitude for the opportunity to contribute. This shift didn't just lighten Alex's load, it deepened her connections, making her relationships feel more balanced and fulfilling. Now, let me ask you, are there areas in your life where the scales feel tipped too far in one direction? Are you giving too much and receiving too little, or perhaps relying too heavily on others without offering something in return? By noticing these imbalances, you can start taking steps to realign your relationships. Communicating your boundaries and needs doesn't make you selfish, it makes you wise. Saying no to requests that feel one-sided or unreasonable isn't a rejection of the relationship, but a way to protect your time and energy for what truly matters. At the same time, expressing gratitude when others give to you reinforces mutual respect and appreciation. Healthy relationships are built on the foundation of equal effort, where giving and receiving come naturally and leave both parties feeling valued. The lesson here is timeless and powerful. Maintaining balance in your relationships not only fosters deeper connections, but also ensures that you preserve your own well-being. Stoic wisdom teaches us that self-respect is not negotiable. When you set boundaries and cultivate mutuality, you demonstrate that you value yourself and your relationship. By practicing this balance, you create an environment where your contributions are cherished and you feel equally supported in return. So, the next time you find yourself giving too much, pause and ask yourself, are my efforts being reciprocated, and am I being fair to myself? The answer might just lead to stronger, healthier connections and a more fulfilled version of you. Thank you for joining us on this journey into Stoic secrets and these 9 powerful psychological strategies. By embracing the principles of setting boundaries, nurturing self-worth, and fostering mutual respect, you not only prioritize your well-being, but also create relationships that thrive on authenticity and balance. Remember, prioritizing yourself isn't selfish. It's a gift to your personal growth and happiness. Start applying these strategies today and witness how they transform your life, shaping not only how others see you, but how you see yourself. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic Secrets. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming videos filled with practical wisdom to help you live a more fulfilling life. See you next time, and as always, take care of yourself first. You're worth it.